Hello, or should I say, welcome back to Speed 5. I know a lot of you have been clamoring and asking us several times a day, actually, when's EU4 coming back? What are you going to do next for EU4? Well, wait no longer. We are back with a new show format. We previously run Masters of Universalis duels. This time around, we've invited 6 players, and we're going to let them create the challenges for themselves. So we have given our players a total list of 40 different quests, and each week we're randomly going to pick 25 of those quests. For them, we're going to have a draft phase. That's why this show is called The Draft, where players take turns picking up to 10 of those quests. And, of course, the same quest cannot be picked in the same matchup. If one player picks it, it's off the table for the other one. And the same with nations. Then they have 60 minutes to complete their quests. If they complete a quest, they get a point. If they fail to complete a quest, they get -2 points, or we take away 2 points. So you want to make sure that you draft just so many quests you feel comfortable as completing in 60 minutes. And that's a very short overview of what the show format is. We're going to be here for a total of 6 weeks for the first 5 weeks. Each player is going to face off against the other player once. We are going to collect their points, and at the end we'll have a grand final. This week, though, that we've decided to name Week 1, we are going to have Aldrahill going up against Cleo, Corbett Gaming going up against Slevik, and finally Chewy going up against Lady Saffron. Some of these players you've seen before, some are new to Speed 5, and we're super happy to have them all here. I'm really looking forward to the draft. As I mentioned, this is the first time we're doing this, so if you have suggestion, feedback, or just want to give us props, you can go to our Discord after the show and do that. And of course, you can just shout to your heart's content in Twitch chat in the meantime. Well, to the point where our chat bot is not going to mute you. 2 people I would never ever mute, though, are casters. Let's go talk to them and get some insight. Count Christo, Ludi Historia, welcome back to Speed 5.
Thank you.
Ludi,
it's a great pleasure to be here.
Ludi, we haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
I've had a 6 months pilgrimage to the holy cave of virginity, and now I've returned an extra virgin.
Juvenated. Oh, extra virgin. That's the best type of virgin.
Oil, extra virgin
yes,
oil.
That's what we're talking about. Count Christo, before it gets too awkward, you and I have been working on the draft for I'm going to say a few weeks. It's been more than a few weeks. Can you tell us?
Yeah, we knocked it out. It was last night.
Exactly.
Me and Ans, we hooked up last night. We got the draft sorted out. And we set it all up. No, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I think the exciting thing about this show, compared to some previous ones that we put on for EU4, is that the players really have to take control of their own destiny. They need to be trying to assemble a set of challenges that they think they're going to take on, and I very much look forward to them overestimating themselves, because I can't see a way where that doesn't happen at least once today.
That is what we're doing, and while we have Ludi, having everything fall over, the voices in my head have told me that this week's draft board is actually ready for us to look at. Now, just to remind everyone, Count Christo, you put together 40 different quests and sent those to our players. We have since then, and will do for each week, we've randomized and taken out in this week 22 of those 40 quests. And we've also, for some extra spice, added some subscriber submitted quests that have been submitted on Discord for a total of 25. Out of these, which one do you guys think are going to be the trickiest to deal with here?
Well, it's an interesting question, because I think there are some that are clearly much harder than others. But I think the question is really, which of these are the trickiest that people are going to select? Because I think, for example, I would be surprised if someone went for be the Emperor of China. This seems like an unlikely one. We have some that are region specific, some that are not. Obviously, to be the Emperor of China, you have to have at least some fairly significant presence over in East Asia. I think winning a coalition war is going to be relatively difficult. There are definitely ways to cheese it. But winning a coalition war, for everyone's context, means you have to either have a coalition declare war on you or declare war against the coalition and then actually come out victorious. I think that's going to be, with all the other stuff they have going on, it's going to be very difficult to finagle. But Ludi, I'm curious, what's the hardest on the board?
I'm actually curious, are we allowing hordes? Because I can really just say right off the bat that half of those can be done in one game by going as a Shangzhou. And then you go Manchu, you become Qing, Emperor of China, and you can get the 100 prestige, 100 legitimacy, war exhaustion, gold provinces, all that stuff very easily. All gold provinces you'd have to snake a little bit, but still doable.
I'm very curious if we could see a Qing formation in 60 minutes while keeping on top of that. I wouldn't put it past them, but I'd be surprised.
I guess we should also mention here that there is a nation pick in this, and there are some tweaks to that as well. They can start as Horde. They cannot start as any of the 1944 starting great powers. That is one of the challenges, of course. And to add an extra tiny bit of tweak or spice, any nation that wins their duel is no longer allowed. To the point that we decide, you know what, we should refresh the nation list.
Yes, exactly.
But that does mean go on.
Yeah, we have this evolving situation where essentially we start off with the top 10 blocked out, but we have the top 8 blocked out, but and this is something that some of our Twitch subscribers have been giving some great feedback on this format. And one of the things they were saying was, no, we should make it way more restrictive. We should lock out everyone over like 150 development or something like that. We decided to not do that. And instead, we're going to go with this evolving system whereby different nations will progressively get locked out as players prove that they in fact have this great potential, which means people later in the show today are going to have to be adapting to what happens earlier on, which is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a dynamic that will be that they'll have to face, and it's going to be difficult.
Here's a question I have as well.
Shoot.
If player A picks a nation, right, he's not allowed to pick it again. But is player B allowed to pick that nation that player A picked before?
They are not.
Because then we have to keep track of all of that and mention to the players before, I hope, right? Yeah.
It's true, but that won't be too difficult to do because it's only the winning nations of each round that are banned for future nations. So it's not going to be as long a list. And we may do that just for this week. We may do it for this. We're going to see how things go, but it should be really good.
It is an evolving format. I'm going to let you guys go prepare for casting the very first matchup here, because I know that our players are ready